Imagine a fighter so dominant that every opponent he's faced has been finished. No decisions, no doubts, just pure destruction. Shavkat Rakhmonov isn't just undefeated, he's unstoppable. With a perfect 19-0 record, every victory by knockout or submission, and a skill set that leaves no room for escape, he's rapidly becoming the most feared name in the welterweight division. If you love watching dominant fighters and brutal finishes, then hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more deep dives into the UFC's rising stars. And if you think Shavkat Rakhmonov is on his way to UFC gold, let me know in the comments. How far do you see him going? Unbeaten streak. Shavkat Rakhmonov's 19-0-0 record. Shavkat Rakhmonov's journey through the MMA world is nothing short of extraordinary. With an undefeated streak that sets him apart from many fighters in the welterweight division. With a perfect record of 19 wins and no losses, Shavkat has not only maintained his undefeated status, but has also made it clear that he's a force to be reckoned with. What's even more impressive is that every single one of those victories has come by stoppage, whether through knockout or submission. His ability to finish fights in both striking and grappling exchanges demonstrates his well-rounded skill set, making him dangerous from any position. But the most impressive aspect of his finishes is the speed with which he gets them. Many of his wins have come in the first round, allowing him to make quick work of his opponents and avoid prolonged exchanges. This fast-paced, high-intensity fighting style has made Shavkat a standout competitor in a division known for its tough and talented fighters. What sets Shavkat's unbeaten streak apart is the quality of his opponents. He hasn't just been beating anyone. His victories have come against seasoned and highly respected fighters, many of whom have fought at the highest levels of the sport. The fact that Shavkat has been able to dominate these fighters speaks volumes about his skill, mental fortitude, and maturity as a mixed martial artist. Despite facing veterans with years of experience and a wealth of knowledge, Shavkat has shown an uncanny ability to control the fight, dictate the pace, and finish his opponents in impressive fashion. Every time Shavkat steps into the octagon, fans and analysts alike are left in awe of his ability to mix up his striking and grappling techniques. He's not a one-dimensional fighter by any means. His striking is sharp and dynamic, with clean punches, powerful kicks, and a smooth combination of attacks that keeps his opponents guessing. When the fight hits the ground, Shavkat's submissions are precise, and his control on the mat is formidable, making him a dangerous threat in all phases of the game. As Shavkat continues to rise through the ranks of the welterweight division, his unbeaten record will be a key factor in his climb to the top. With each fight, he adds more and more to his legacy, proving that he's not just a promising prospect, but a legitimate title contender. The question on everyone's mind now is, how long can Shavkat keep this undefeated streak alive? With his talent, determination, and skill set, it's looking like his unbeaten streak will remain intact for a long time to come. And the best is still to come for Shavkat Rakhmonov. Unique backstory. Shavkat Rakhmonov's cultural heritage and journey. Shavkat Rakhmonov's path to MMA greatness isn't just defined by his athleticism and fighting skills. It's also deeply rooted in his cultural heritage and personal journey. Born in Uzbekistan and later gaining Kazakh citizenship, Shavkat's background is a key part of what makes him such a unique figure in the world of mixed martial arts. His nickname, Nomad, is a reflection of his roots. The term nomad refers to people who traditionally didn't settle in one place, instead moving from location to location as part of a lifestyle tied to the land and nature. This carries a significant meaning for Shavkat, who, like many of his ancestors, comes from a culture that values resilience, independence, and adaptability, qualities that are clearly seen in his fighting style. The nomad title isn't just for show. It encapsulates his identity and the way he approaches his life and his career. Shavkat often proudly wears traditional headgear, a symbol of his roots and connection to his culture, especially when he's on the big stage. In addition to the headgear, Shavkat also shares glimpses of his life in the mountains, where his people have historically hunted and thrived in some of the harshest environments. His social media often showcases pictures of him hunting in the mountains, offering a rare peek into the nomadic lifestyle that has shaped his mindset and resilience. As Shavkat's career continues to evolve, his connection to his roots is something that will set him apart from other fighters. The Nomad title isn't just a moniker, it's a badge of honor, and it's one that will resonate with fans around the world. Early success. Shavkat's meteoric rise in MMA. Shavkat Rakhmonov's rise to prominence in MMA was nothing short of meteoric, beginning with early successes that set him apart from the competition. From the outset of his career, he was marked by an impressive combination of talent, discipline, and determination, all of which have propelled him to the heights he enjoys today. His journey in the sport began with a bang, with Shavkat winning both the World and Asian Championship in amateur MMA by 2013, showcasing his skills and establishing himself as one of the top competitors in the world. This early recognition as a champion in the amateur scene served as the perfect foundation for Shavkat's transition to professional MMA. His debut in 2014 was a statement to the MMA world. He didn't just enter the professional scene, he dominated it. In his first fight, Shavkat wasted no time, securing a first-round submission victory, setting the tone for the rest of his career. This victory wasn't just a win on paper. It was an indication of his ability to perform under pressure and his natural instinct to finish fights quickly, which would become a hallmark of his style moving forward. Shavkat's ability to finish fights, particularly by submission, was clear even early on. He developed a reputation for ending contests decisively, showing not just skill but also a tenacity and hunger for victory that many fighters struggle to match. Throughout his professional career, he continued to dominate his opponents, and his early success was a glimpse of what was to come. Every fight was an opportunity for Shavkat to sharpen his skills and prove his worth, and he never wasted one. His perfect record and rapid rise in professional MMA didn't happen by chance. Shavkat's dedication to his craft, his relentless training, and his ability to evolve as a fighter have all played significant roles in his rise. While some fighters struggle to make an impact early in their careers, Shavkat was able to hit the ground running and make a name for himself in no time at all. This early success in both the World and Asian Championships and his dominant professional debut were just the beginning of Shavkat's journey. These accomplishments helped set him on the path to greater recognition and success, and they laid the groundwork for what would become an undefeated run in MMA. His strong start to his career was a sign that Shavkat was no ordinary fighter, and that he had the potential to be a true star in the sport. Shavkat's rise through the ranks has been fueled by his consistent performances, his ability to adapt, and his early recognition as a world-class talent. From his first amateur titles to his dominant professional victories, Shavkat's early success is a crucial part of what has made him the fighter he is today. An undefeated, dynamic contender poised to conquer the welterweight division and leave a lasting impact on the sport. Impressive record against tough opponents, a career built on challenging foes. Shavkat Rakhmonov's dominance in MMA isn't just about his perfect 19-0 record. It's about who he's beaten. Unlike many rising stars, he has consistently faced tough, seasoned opponents without padding his resume. From the start, Shavkat welcomed challenges, proving his skills against legitimate competition rather than easy fights. A defining moment came against UFC veteran Neil Magny, a well-rounded and durable fighter with wins over elite names. Yet, Shavkat dismantled him, securing a guillotine choke in round 2, showcasing his elite grappling and composure. More impressively, he has never faced an opponent with a losing record, a rare feat in MMA. With each victory by stoppage, Shavkat cements himself as a true contender in the welterweight division. As he climbs the rankings, his ability to dominate high-level fighters proves he's not just undefeated, he's undeniable. Rising through the ranks, Shavkat's increasing popularity and growing fan base. Despite his undefeated record and dominant performances, Shavkat Rakhmonov remains one of the most underrated fighters in the UFC. However, with each fight, his reputation grows, earning praise from top analysts like Joe Rogan and Chael Sonnen, who predict his rise to superstardom. Rogan, in particular, has highlighted Shavkat's elite striking and grappling, calling him a serious threat in the welterweight division. While hardcore MMA fans recognize his talent, the broader audience is only beginning to take notice. His upcoming fight against Jeff Neal at UFC 285 presents a massive opportunity to showcase his skills on a bigger stage. As the fight approaches, anticipation continues to build, with more fans and analysts acknowledging his potential. With an undefeated record, an ever-growing fan base, and dominant performances against top competition, Shavkat is on the verge of breaking into the sport's elite. His rise isn't a question of if, but when. Soon, he won't just be a contender. He'll be a household name. Resilience against Faradun Odilov, a defining moment in Shavkat's career. One of Shavkat Rakhmonov's defining traits is his mental toughness and ability to recover under pressure. His fight against Faradun Odilov showcased this resilience when he nearly succumbed to a brutal kimura. Despite the immense strain, Shavkat refused to tap, demonstrating his warrior spirit. Even after being knocked down, he quickly regained composure and fought back stronger, proving his ability to stay calm and overcome adversity. This fight was a crucial test, showing that Shavkat is not just a dominant fighter, but one who thrives under tough conditions. His comeback and eventual dominance solidified his reputation as a mentally strong competitor, a trait essential for reaching the top of the welterweight division. Similarly, his UFC debut against Alex Oliveira was a statement of intent. Facing a seasoned veteran, Shavkat displayed remarkable composure, controlling the fight with precise striking and seamless grappling. He secured a first-round guillotine choke, extending his undefeated record with a dominant finish. This victory proved that he wasn't just another prospect. He was a legitimate threat in the division, ready to compete at the highest level. Dominant performance over Michael Prazeres, a display of versatility. Shavkat Rakhmonov's fight against Michael Prazeres was a crucial step in his UFC journey, showcasing his complete skill set against an experienced Brazilian grappler. Prazeres, known for his strong jiu-jitsu and wrestling, had been a tough challenge for many fighters, making this a significant test for Shavkat. However, Shavkat once again proved why he is one of the most promising welterweights, delivering a dominant performance that highlighted his striking, grappling, and overall fight IQ. From the start, Shavkat controlled the fight with his crisp punches and powerful kicks, keeping Prazeres at a distance. His ability to mix striking with movement prevented Prazeres from finding his rhythm. Shavkat's striking was not only precise, but also diverse, including spinning attacks that kept his opponent on edge. This showcased his ability to seamlessly transition between different fighting styles, making him unpredictable and dangerous. As the fight progressed, Prazeres attempted to take the fight to the ground, but Shavkat displayed excellent takedown defense, making it difficult for the Brazilian to execute his game plan. Even when the fight did go to the mat, Shavkat remained in control, using his own grappling skills to maintain dominant positions. His patience and composure on the ground were remarkable, as he systematically broke down Prazeres' defenses. In the second round, Shavkat capitalized on an opportunity and secured a rear-naked choke, forcing Prazeres to tap. This submission victory not only added to his impressive finishing record, but also proved that he was just as dangerous on the ground as he was in striking exchanges. Prazeres, known for his durability, had no answers for Shavkat's relentless pressure and technical superiority. This one further solidified Shavkat's reputation as a well-rounded and dangerous contender. Defeating an experienced fighter like Prazeres with such dominance sent a message to the entire welterweight division. It was clear that Shavkat was not just an undefeated prospect, but a legitimate future title contender. With every fight, he continued to prove that his skill set, adaptability, and finishing ability made him a true force to be reckoned with. Knockout of Carlston Harris, a statement victory. Shavkat Rakhmonov's fight against Carlston Harris was a spectacular showcase of his precision, creativity, and knockout power. Harris, known for his durability, was expected to provide a tough challenge, but Shavkat proved he was on another level. From the start, Shavkat displayed patience and control, using his reach and technical striking to keep Harris at bay. His calm demeanor showed his confidence, as he carefully set traps with feints and subtle movements. Then, in a moment of brilliance, he landed a perfectly timed spinning hook kick to Harris's temple, dropping him instantly. Shavkat followed up with precise ground and pound, securing a stunning knockout victory. This win earned him a Performance of the Night bonus and sent a clear message to the welterweight division. His flawless execution of a high-level striking technique highlighted his versatility, proving he wasn't just a submission specialist, but also a dangerous knockout artist. With a perfect 15-0 record, all wins by finish, Shavkat's dominance was undeniable, and his path toward the top of the division was clearer than ever, proving himself as a future contender. By the time Shavkat Rakhmonov reached a perfect 19-0 record, he had transitioned from an exciting prospect to a legitimate UFC title contender. His ability to finish fights in multiple ways, whether by knockout or submission, made him one of the most dangerous fighters in the welterweight division. With 8 knockouts and 8 submissions, opponents never knew what to expect, adding to his aura of unpredictability. Unlike some rising stars who padded their records with weaker competition, Shavkat faced and dominated tough, experienced opponents. His well-rounded skill set and composure inside the octagon drew comparisons to Khabib Nurmagomedov, as he controlled fights with strategic precision while taking minimal damage. Despite his dominance, Shavkat remained under the radar in mainstream MMA due to his quiet personality, preferring to let his performances speak for themselves. However, with each victory, more fans and analysts recognized his potential. As he approached the top of the division, it became clear that it was only a matter of time before he earned a shot at UFC gold. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Neil Magny, a defining moment. In June 2022, Shavkat Rakhmonov faced UFC veteran Neil Magny, a well-rounded fighter known for his durability, high fight IQ, and ability to push the pace. Many viewed this as Shavkat's toughest challenge, but he quickly proved he was on another level. From the opening bell, Shavkat imposed his will, effortlessly taking Magny down and controlling him on the ground. Despite Magny's experience, he had no answers for Shavkat's grappling dominance. Every time he attempted to escape, Shavkat shut him down, maintaining complete control. As the second round neared its end, Shavkat capitalized on an opening, locking in a tight guillotine choke. Magny had no choice but to tap, marking another flawless submission victory. With this win, Shavkat extended his 100% finish rate to 16-0 and sent a clear message to the division. He was no longer just a rising star, but a serious title contender. Rising popularity, Shavkat Rakhmonov's growing recognition in the MMA world. With each dominant victory, Shavkat Rakhmonov's reputation has grown, making him one of the most exciting rising stars in the UFC welterweight division. Originally an under-the-radar fighter from Kazakhstan, his flawless record, relentless style, and calm demeanor have earned him widespread attention. After his submission win over Neil Magny, more fans, analysts, and fighters began recognizing his potential. Unlike many top-ranked welterweights who rely on point fighting strategies, Shavkat finishes every opponent, making him a favorite among hardcore MMA fans. His ability to seamlessly mix striking and grappling sets him apart, and his high fight IQ has drawn praise from top analysts. Prominent voices in MMA media have started acknowledging his talent. Luke Thomas has highlighted his flawless technique, while Chael Sonnen has praised his championship mentality. Joe Rogan has even compared Shavkat's style to Georges St-Pierre, calling his performances terrifying. Fighters like Belal Muhammad, Gilbert Burns, and Khabib Nurmagomedov have also shown respect, acknowledging him as a serious threat in the division. Beyond his skills, Shavkat's humble personality and strong cultural identity have made him even more intriguing. He embraces his Kazakh heritage, often wearing traditional headgear, and his hunting lifestyle adds to his warrior-like persona. Unlike many fighters who rely on trash talk to gain attention, Shavkat lets his performances speak for themselves. While he isn't as mainstream as some of the UFC's biggest welterweights yet, that is quickly changing. With a perfect record and 100% finish rate, he continues to gain fans and recognition. As he moves up the rankings, it's only a matter of time before he becomes a household name and a true title contender. Praise from MMA legends. Why Shavkat Rakhmonov is getting recognized by the greats. As Shavkat Rakhmonov continues his rise in the UFC, some of the biggest names in MMA have started recognizing his elite skill set, calm demeanor, and relentless finishing ability. Fighters, analysts, and commentators who have been part of the sport for decades now see him as a legitimate future champion. Joe Rogan, one of the most respected voices in MMA, has repeatedly praised Shavkat's technical ability and composure. He describes his style as a perfect mix of sharp striking, brutal kicks, and dominant grappling, making him one of the most dangerous rising contenders. Rogan has even compared Shavkat's patience and precision to Georges St-Pierre, noting how he never fights recklessly, but always finds a way to finish. After his victory over Neil Magny, Rogan confidently stated, "This guy is a future champion." Laura Sanko, a former fighter and now a top MMA analyst, has been one of Shavkat's earliest supporters. She often highlights his championship mentality, pointing out how he fights with the composure of a veteran despite having fewer UFC fights than many ranked opponents. She has praised his flawless fight IQ, his ability to dominate without taking unnecessary risks, and his quiet confidence, which makes him an intriguing figure in the sport. Shavkat's dominance has also caught the attention of MMA legends. Daniel Cormier sees shades of Khabib Nurmagomedov in him, but believes Shavkat has even better finishing ability and striking. Michael Bisping, a former middleweight champion, has called him one of the most exciting prospects in the UFC, and believes he will soon be fighting for a title. Henry Cejudo, an Olympic gold medalist and former UFC champion, has praised Shavkat's versatility, saying he is more dangerous than many current welterweight contenders. Beyond analysts, top UFC fighters have also taken notice. Khabib Nurmagomedov has publicly shown support for Shavkat, further boosting his credibility. Belal Muhammad and Gilbert Burns have both acknowledged that Shavkat is a serious threat in the division, with Burns calling him one of the toughest guys out there. In MMA, recognition from respected figures is rare and meaningful. Many fighters receive early hype, but fail to live up to expectations. However, when some of the sport's most experienced voices consistently praise someone, it usually means they see something truly special. For Shavkat, this level of respect proves he is not just another rising prospect. His undefeated record, 100% finish rate, and ability to stay calm under pressure all signal that he is on the path to becoming a future champion. With each fight, more fans, analysts, and fighters are starting to recognize his greatness. If he continues his winning streak and keeps finishing opponents, he won't just be a top contender. He could cement his legacy as one of the greatest welterweights in UFC history. Shavkat Rakhmonov's path to superstardom. At UFC 310, Shavkat Rakhmonov extended his perfect record to 19-0 with a dominant victory over Ian Machado Gary, further solidifying his place among the UFC's elite. The fight showcased everything that makes Shavkat a nightmare for his opponents: calm composure, precise striking, and relentless grappling. Gary, who was coming off an impressive win at UFC 296, entered the fight full of confidence, but Shavkat quickly dismantled him, proving that he operates at a different level. From the opening bell, Shavkat controlled the distance with sharp jabs and thunderous kicks. Gary, known for his movement and technical striking, struggled to find openings as Shavkat cut him off and systematically broke him down. In the second round, Shavkat's grappling took over. He secured a takedown, transitioned effortlessly to a dominant position, and locked in a rear naked choke, forcing Gary to tap. With this submission victory, Shavkat extended his 100% finish rate and left no doubt that he was ready for a title shot. The road to UFC gold, Belal Muhammad and Khamzat Chimaev. With his flawless 19-0 record, Shavkat now finds himself at the top of the welterweight division, and the UFC has lined up massive fights for him in 2025. His next challenge, Belal Muhammad, a top contender known for his durability, wrestling, and high fight IQ. This fight is expected to be one of Shavkat's toughest tests yet, as Muhammad has consistently shut down elite strikers and grapplers alike. However, Shavkat's ability to finish fights and adapt mid-battle gives him an undeniable edge. Beyond Belal Muhammad, another major name looms on the horizon: Khamzat Chimaev. Fans have long speculated about a showdown between the two undefeated fighters, and 2025 could finally be the year it happens. With both men possessing elite grappling, devastating striking, and an unbreakable mindset, this potential fight would be a true war for the ages. Staying undefeated in 2025. As 2025 approaches, Shavkat Rakhmonov stands on the brink of greatness. He has defeated every opponent put in front of him, never letting a fight go to the judges. His ability to remain calm under pressure, finish fights in any position, and continuously evolve makes him one of the most dangerous fighters in the UFC today. With his eyes set on championship gold, Shavkat is ready to take on all challengers, whether it's Belal Muhammad, Khamzat Chimaev, or even the reigning champion. As long as he continues his path of dominance, it seems inevitable that he will remain undefeated and etch his name among the greatest welterweights of all time. As Shavkat Rakhmonov marches into 2025, still undefeated and more dangerous than ever, the world watches in anticipation. With each victory, he moves closer to etching his name among the all-time greats, proving that he is not just a rising star, but a future legend in the making. Whether it's Belal Muhammad, Khamzat Chimaev, or even the reigning champion, Shavkat stands ready for war, determined to remain unbeaten and claim UFC gold. The path to greatness is never easy, but if there's one thing we know about Shavkat Rakhmonov, it's that he's built for it. The nomad is coming, and nothing will stand in his way.